Let's jump to this story from Timcast.com. Ladies and gentlemen, Trump PAC creates 2024 vice presidential debate website trolling Fox News and other candidates. That's right. Trump has announced he will not attend the debate Wednesday, and apparently he said debates. He's not going to do any of them, which airs on Fox News. Instead, he will sit with the network's ousted former host, Tucker Carlson, for a one-on-one interview. That's going to be really interesting. That'll be big. Well, here's the website. VP Debate. What is this? The only person here is Chris Christie. Oh, okay. When you format the web, when you shrink the website,
It's like what, mobile format?
Yeah, it's like there we go. Yeah. Let's zoom out a little bit. And battle for the vice presidency. Look, Vivek's got 55%. Can I can't scroll down here. Can I? I just got to make it smaller.
That's battle for second place.
Yeah, look at that. The 2024 vice presidential debate, and Vivek Ramaswamy's got 55%. I actually really, really like this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch a debate. I don't care about the GOP debate. I would be surprised if many of you intend to watch it.
Oh, this is going to be.
That's on you.
We got to watch this.
We can't.
Oh, that sucks.
Fox News has explicitly stated they will take anyone down who rebroadcasts any portion of the show beyond a small snippet.
If we do it after it airs, is that okay? What a ridiculous, dude! It's democracy. This is the American Republic. You're supposed to proliferate the data.
There is an argument that it is a newsworthy event. They cannot make that move, but Fox News wants to play dirty and assert that they will go after anyone who rebroadcasts the debate, and they don't have Donald Trump. It was a really easy decision for me to be like, oh, well, I don't care.
Yeah, that's too bad, because this is going to be way more interesting than some crusty old dude sitting down with Tucker Carlson.
Trump and Tucker is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
This debate,
why is
Nikki Haley talking to Asa Hutchinson?
Vivek Ramaswamy is a constitutionalist. He understands the Constitution and laws, and he's going to school everyone on stage about it.
Sure, I'll watch the clips after the fact.
Epic.
But I don't see. I really don't. Look, man, I got to be honest. If it was just Ron DeSantis and Ramaswamy, I'd be like, this will be interesting. But I don't care about Nikki Haley. Come on, Mike Pence and Nikki Haley and we go back and forth is a waste of my time.
Yeah, I would be tuning into this for Vivek.
Yeah, but they're not, and he'll probably get more speaking time because he's going to be assertive. But that still doesn't matter. Are they seriously going to have Chris Christie debating Nikki Haley? If you did Tim Scott, Ron DeSantis, and Ramaswamy, I bet this would be interesting. But the rest of them just make it not worth watching.
This is a lot like, remember these 2008 debates, the Democratic debates, where like Mike Gravel was on the end being like, you bunch of war hawks, especially you, Joe, and you, Hillary. Like he's calling them out. It was so good. It was like 12 of them, and they only got like 3 minutes each, except for Hillary and Barack, and they gave Biden some time too. So they'll probably do something similar with this. Although, I don't know. I mean, this is like Trump's version of it. At first, I was like, oh, screw Donald Trump mocking these people. And now I see he's put Vivek. This is basically Trump's way of saying Vivek is the number 2 guy in the Republican Party right now.
All right. So put a 2 in chat if you think this debate is going to be worth your time. And put a 9 in chat if you would rather watch Donald Trump and Tucker Carlson.
Here's my issue, and I mentioned this before the show, and I'll reiterate it for you guys and the people listening, is that I was listening to that Sean Ryan interview with Vivek last night. Vivek was saying how, when Donald Trump was in office and he wanted to end the administrative state, that he wanted to drain the swamp, he didn't know how. So he asked his advisors, how do I do it? And they said, you can't. You don't have the authority because of the Civil Service Protections Act. You can't fire people in the administrative state. So Trump was like, okay. Just gave up, didn't do it.
Alaska.
When Vivek looked into it, he was like, oh, okay, well, they told me I can't. I'm going to go read the law myself. I'm going to read the Constitution myself, which is something Donald Trump has never done. So Vivek read it. He realized, oh, I can legally do it. Those guys were lying to Donald Trump because they are deep state. And you can go in and reorganize and reformat the actual organizations themselves, the FBI themselves. You can just terminate the FBI. You can't fire the individuals, but you can terminate the service and then reposition or lay off the individuals. And that's like Donald Trump doesn't read. I'm not saying he never reads, but he doesn't. He's known for it. It was almost like he bragged about it.
No. This is why Tucker Carlson and Trump is going to be so interesting, because Trump gets his opinions from Tucker Carlson
and from the deep state apparently. So I don't want a guy
that's going to be hilarious.
But no. Like, come on, man. 90+% of Trump's opinions come from watching Tucker. That's what he was famous for. He would tweet something at like 2 a.m. and you'd be like, yep, he clearly just watched that Tucker Carlson segment. And so now he's going to be sitting down with Tucker and it's going to be really interesting. And I want to add, everybody is putting 9 in chat. They want to watch Trump. Overwhelmingly agree that the vice presidential debate will be a waste of time because there's no reason to listen to Nikki Haley argue with Mike Pence.
It's true. And also, like, you know, I mean, Trump and Tucker are like the two most popular and most influential names in the conservative side of the aisle.
What if the real reason they're doing it is that Trump is going to announce Tucker Carlson as his VP
That's
pick?
what Vivek thought Tucker would be a good VP.
What if tomorrow it's like, this is not actually an interview, it's a discussion about our potential platform. I'm announcing Tucker Carlson as my vice presidential pick.
That would be kind of hilarious.
Slam dunk.
That would be wild.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not going to happen, but I wish.
My big problem.
Real quick, sorry.
No problem.
We always talk about how great this timeline is when silly things happen.
Yeah.
But if we really were in the greatest of timelines, it would be Trump announcing in that sit down that they're running together.
It'd be hilarious.
Right. It would just be like,
I don't get the
what
Trump
just
thing
happened?
anymore. I don't get it. He wasn't the worst guy on earth at all, but like, he doesn't read the Constitution. Why would you want that guy in charge of your military?
Well,
have you read it?
to be
Barack
fair,
Obama.
no one else does either.
Barack Obama was a constitutional. He was a lawyer, like a litigator. He understood the Constitution inside and out, and so does Vivek. Like,
The only reason that Barack Obama knew anything about the Constitution is so he could make laws to get around it. Well, he looked at the Constitution he looked at the Constitution as a bad thing because of what it does, which is inhibit the federal government. Barack Obama, as a constitutional lawyer, is not a good thing. It was so that way he could defeat the Constitution. Mm-hmm. He was not a friend of liberty or a friend of limited government or a friend of the Constitution. His knowledge of the Constitution was exclusively so that way he could circumvent the limits put on the government by the Constitution.
well, I think he learned about it before he became president, and then once he got in there, he definitely got co-opted by the deep state.
Yes, he did. But this goes to two different ways to look at the Constitution, right? So the conservatives look at the Constitution, they call it a dead document, right? It doesn't change. You look at it, that's what it says, that's what it means. Barack Obama and progressives believe that it is a living document. Actually, I think they're liars and just making an excuse so that way they can get around the limiting factors in the Constitution. But they say that it's a living document. What that means is you take what it says and you think about today and you think, well, what is going to be best for today and now? And then you say, well, that's what it means, which is a friggin' lie. And the reason you know it's a lie is because if the founders really wanted the Constitution to be interpreted, they wouldn't have put an extremely difficult and stringent method of changing the Constitution in the friggin' Constitution.
I want to add this too. I can't speak for every Trump supporter. Some people genuinely think he's the best ever. I just think he's a rampaging bull. That he's like just an angry bull, and he's going to romp about and just wreak havoc in the bureaucratic state.
But then they're like,
but hold on. Now that sounds pretty good to a lot of people. The bull bucks and then kicks the door open, and they're all going like, "Oh, geez!" And it's like the bull's rampaging around and jumping on the sofa, and they're freaking out. Now imagine Vivek Ramaswamy is rodeoing with that bull, riding on the back of it, and he rides in, using that bull to bring in some effective policy.
Yeah,
that's why I'm like, I don't know if Vivek would be VP, but that'd be fantastic. Even Tucker. That the original selling point of Ron DeSantis was everyone was like, he's the VP, he's the guy, because he's younger, tactful, and more procedural. He's a little bit more dry, a bit more boring, but that makes him a better VP. It makes him one of the best VPs. And then he decided he was the big dog and was going to run a campaign into the ground, and now he's just like not out of the picture. Vivek ran the campaign DeSantis should have run, and now Vivek is in the prime position. According to this vice presidential debate, 55% of people are like, Vivek, man. I think a Trump Ramaswamy ticket would be absolutely incredible.
I like the bull metaphor, I do, of Donald Trump, because he's in there. He doesn't know which direction to turn next. He's just smashing what he thinks he's supposed to smash. And Vivek's like a wizard with laser eyes that has surgical precision, where he goes in, evaporates areas of walls and structures that need to be evaporated while leaving the rest. He knows what he's doing.
Can someone draw a picture of like Vivek as a wizard with a wizard staff and an angry bull with Trump's hair storming into like government? That would just be the greatest comic ever.
Someone make that on AI.
The bull is just rampaging around as the deep state bureaucrats are running in panic. And then Vivek is making filing cabinets disappear.
Yeah. It's his surgical precision that I appreciate. The whole like burn it all down mentality is just, it got people fired up in 2016. It angered so many people with its vagueness. And then you get a guy that comes in there who's specific about how he's going to dismantle the deep state. I see no other path than the specific dismantling.
Here's the other thing too. Why isn't, because someone that one gamer just super chatted, Larry Elder is not on the debate stage. He is substantially more relevant than, say, like, I don't know, Asa Hutchinson. I don't even know who this guy is. Bargan?
He was
Burgum?
Yeah, never heard of
Larry
that.
Elder
Who
was
was
just
this
on
guy?
the Breakfast Club with
Doug
Charlamagne the
Burgum.
Cop.
He's polling well enough to be in here, but Larry Elder isn't.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I like Larry Elder.
His first
I know Larry Elder's fantastic.
his like first words were about Donald Trump too.
His first words were about Donald
Yeah,
Trump.
Burgum. Yeah.
Oh, like he's complaining about Donald Trump?
No, we're thankful for President Trump, but his first words are about Donald Trump. Like he's still in the conversation.
How many of these people are gonna lackey for Trump? How many of these people? What are there? 8 of them? How many of them do you think are going to mention Donald Trump's name in the debate?
He's going to be
This
the
this
topic of
website is
conversation.
praising Trump. They're taking quotes from these people praising Trump on purpose. It's not hard for Vivek. I think that's funny. They got what Rhonda says. I think Donald Trump has done a better job appointing judges to both the U.S. Supreme Court and Appeals Court than any other president in my lifetime, including one of my heroes, Ronald Reagan.
Ooh, yikes.
It's a special kind of ego to make a website like this and call
It was
those
made by a
people-
PAC, not by Trump.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. People who support Trump made this.
But to be fair, whatever kind of ego you're going to go ahead and talk about, Donald Trump has it.
It's
Yeah,
just so disgusting.
Yeah,
Like
so-
I mean, this is intimating that these people are beneath him. It's disgusting.
That's
They are
exactly
beneath
what he
him.
believes.
No, they're not. Vivek would trounce him in psychological
fair
debate.
point. Yeah, Vivek, I would say he's a younger guy, but he's on Trump's level in a lot of respects. I think in terms of Vivek is not. I don't know how to describe this. Trump has that chieftain kind of like roar, like pounding on his chest, Hulk smash
It's kind of an
thing.
80s bravado with Trump.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Vivek doesn't have that.
No.
But Vivek has other powerful qualities that I like.
Yeah, like being smart.
Yes, like he's tactful, he's procedural, he's surgical, as Ian pointed out. He is in many ways a balancing force for Trump in the way that we thought Ron would be.
He's just not as hilarious as Trump. He's funny, but he's not as hilarious as Trump. The shirt off playing tennis was funny.
Oh, yeah.
I laughed.
He's been playing tennis since high
That was
school.
funny.
He's
I don't think it was meant to be funny.
I don't know, but it was
I know, I
hilarious.
laughed.
Just him, like,
I want to know who he was playing with. That motherfucker's not real. Who was he playing that with?
I don't know.
But,
Thank you
but the
for
funny
that,
thing
Phil.
about that clip is it didn't show the actual game.
Yeah,
it was just a clip of Vivek going, ugh.
It was like just Vivek with his shirt off.
Lightning speed slam.
I love it.
Was it his
I love
wife? Was he playing with?
No, I don't know who advised him to make that video, but
I
bless their
appreciate
hearts.
it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm starting to see Vivek's wife get involved. Is Apurva is how you pronounce her name? She's a doctor, operating doctor. I'm not sure exactly, but
I thought you were the in-house Vivek expert and Vivek fan. You should know that.
I'm a huge fan of the intelligence. And in fact, I don't even like him. I like what he's doing. I appreciate how he is working the system. He's just reminds me of like my high school friends, kind of like middle America, Ohio. He's an Ohio guy. Reminds me a lot of my buddy Ted Kortler, class president. Like, go get him, V. Like, always knew you'd be president, man.
I think with the exception maybe of Vivek, just because I know a lot of his campaign is to some extent self-funded or just, right? I do think that the other people who are on that stage, I know you said, oh, Donald Trump thinks they're beneath him. I honestly do think that those people are beneath Donald Trump, and this is why I say that, because those people who are running have absolutely no chance of winning, and it is all just an exercise, I think, to divert a lot of money that could be put towards much better securing the ballot, securing your vote initiatives for Republican candidates, and I think the worst part when it comes to people like Ron DeSantis, the Tim Scotts of the world, that is just one grift operation for the consultant class that I think runs a lot of the Republican Party. And if you want to get into really what the issue with the RNC is and more broadly the Republican Party, it's the entrenchment of these consultants who have absolutely no idea what grassroots or activists are into and or care about, whether they don't know or they just pretend not to care. And all of those people who are running, it's just an operation to make those people a bunch of money. I think that critique lands particularly well with the DeSantis campaign. But like I said, you have someone like Donald Trump who the administrative state is waging, I would argue, full-blown warfare. You're talking 4 indictments, you name it, against him. And to see these people adding on to the charge against him, I'm not saying that someone can't be challenged, that Donald Trump is a king, but I think in the historical context and the level and gravity to which the deep state is assaulting him right now, for these people to be piling on against him and having us divert our resources away from really securing the general election, I think that does mean that those people are beneath him.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.